Hey Leo, this is Michael with your general reading for August 2022. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits. I already have some cards on the table for you here. All of my links are in the description box down below if you're looking for a reading or a Reiki session with me. I just want to give you all a heads up. My schedule is going to be a little bit spotty for the next couple of months, so if you are hoping to get a reading with me soon, I would definitely book sooner rather than later, because I can't guarantee what my availability is going to be looking like. I want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. As always, you guys are the best. I really do appreciate all of your support, and it really does help me continue to put out these videos and do this incredible work, so thank you for that. I have kind of some interesting energies at play for you, Leo, especially as I was connecting with your energy before I hit record. The first card I actually drew was the Sun. And in many ways, this is your card because you are ruled by the Sun. And I feel like with everything going on astrologically, there is a lot that is rupturing. There is a lot that's coming to the surface. There's a lot that's being unsettled, especially right as we are transitioning into August. The reason this is happening is because we have the North Node, which is where the eclipses occur, and Uranus in Taurus coming together at the same point in Taurus. They're forming a conjunction. And for you, Leo, Taurus represents your career, represents your role in the world at large. And so there's this big thing that's shaking up with Uranus and the North Node, and also Mars, really adding a lot of dynamic energy here. But I actually feel like whatever is changing for you, especially in your career or kind of just in your life, it ultimately feels very positive. Now, there could be some very big realizations that are happening for you or have already happened for you coming into August, because the Sun can represent clarity. It can represent things coming into focus, being brought into the light of day, a light being shined down on them. So there is this thing where some of you really do have this big revelation. And to be honest, we have the Lovers in reverse, as well as the Five of Cups in reverse. And Leo season is really interesting this year because we have all of the planets, the Sun, which is your ruling planet, Mercury, and later we'll have Venus as well on the 11th. Venus will enter your sign. All of these planets that are passing through Leo for this Leo season are forming an opposition with Saturn in Aquarius. And so the energy here is really, really interesting. For you specifically, there could be things happening in relationships or your ability to feel connected to other people. I get the sense you're feeling very disconnected at the start of August, or you're realizing that you've been very disconnected either from other people or even from yourself. And it's interesting with where I pulled the Lovers in reverse, because I really do get the sense that something is out of alignment within you, actually. And it's not even necessarily about the relationships in your life. It's about your ability to connect and to feel connected, to feel loved, to allow yourself to feel loved. But I do wonder if there is a relationship that is ending for some of you. That's very possible because Saturn, especially being in opposition, again, with all these planets currently passing through Leo, your sign, in August, there could be some big energies or changes happening in partnerships for you, or even just the way that you approach relationships. This doesn't have to be negative. I feel like whatever hasn't been aligned in relationships for you, whether that is the partner or the way you are going about relationships, is going to be changing in a very big way. And this makes sense with the full moon in Aquarius on August 11th. This could again be signifying some major shifts happening. And that's the same exact day that Venus is entering your sign, August 11th. And so I really do feel like there's something with self-love here. And when I was connecting with the energy and looking at these cards, it felt like for you, Leo, all of a sudden you're just awake in your life. You realize you've been asleep at the wheel. And I kind of get that with the Five of Cups in reverse as well. Maybe you've been going through a depression. Maybe you've been going through these sort of relationship difficulties or just feeling disconnected from people. And all of a sudden you're seeing things very differently with the Sun. You are coming out of a hard energy. And I think you're realizing that self-love is very, very important here right now. And there is a lot that's happening with your sense of purpose, your role in the world. Again, this could involve career. Where is all of this going for Leo? Okay. So, the cards I pulled, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like with all of these cards, Leo, there's just a lot in your life where it's like you've been trying to make things work, and I feel like you're no longer bargaining with those things. I think you're kind of coming into acceptance that there are certain things you can't change. You can't change other people's minds. With the Ace of Swords coming up in reverse here. And I know these cards are very shiny, so I apologize if they're not coming into focus here. But there is an Ace of Cups. And again, this feels like it's not about other people. This is about you finding this self-love, or you realizing that you need to listen to your intuition or heart in a different way. Some of you could be dealing with Gemini energy with the Lovers. We could also have Virgo with the Knight of Pentacles, or Capricorn or Taurus. But I actually feel like there's changes that you're making with the Two of Pentacles. And I'm noticing the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck here as well. Whatever has kind of escaped your attention, whatever it has been that has escaped your notice, or maybe you haven't wanted to really accept, it's like you're finally accepting something. And that's almost what I'm getting with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like you're finally seeing something that you didn't want to see. You're feeling something that you didn't want to see. But that's actually the thing that is helping you grow and find this happiness, find this joy of the sun. Feel this light. And it's almost like with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords in reverse, there are new beginnings. There is a lot of new energy. And there's a lot of change, again, happening specifically around the start of this month. And I'm really drawn to the 11th for you. August 11th is going to be a pretty significant day. The energy might feel really tense, to be honest, that there might be some sort of shift there, especially in regards to your relationships and with work. Maybe it's like you feel like you're torn between the two. Maybe you feel you're too busy for a relationship, or maybe you feel like your relationship is pulling you away from what you need to be working on or focused on. Because with the sun in your sign, the sun in Leo is forming a square with Uranus and Taurus on the 11th as well, which also means the moon is squaring Uranus in Taurus. And it's all of this big energy that you've really been experiencing this whole year, where it's like, who am I? And we do have a square with the nodes as well. We have the South Node in Scorpio that's also being activated by this full moon for you. And that has to do with home and upbringing. And so it's like all of these main stages in your life, Leo, there's a lot of readjustment that's going on. And I feel like you're finding a new balance. You're going to find the rhythm. You're going to find the routine. I don't want you to hear this in panic. But things are shifting. The tides are changing in your life. For the better, I might add. It feels more fulfilling. Whatever hasn't been working, whatever has been draining your energy, or whatever you've been trying to make happen that just isn't going to happen, I feel like that is sort of falling away, or you're just seeing that for the first time, or finally admitting it. And even if you don't have a clear sense of where you are going, you know what isn't working. You know what it is you want, even if you don't know how you're getting there yet. And that's kind of the clarity I'm getting with the sun. And there's a lot of hope in that, even if the details are a little fuzzy. And as the sun enters Virgo, again, the sun being your ruling planet or your ruling luminary, we'll be entering into Virgo season on the 22nd. And this Knight of Pentacles really could be you embodying this Virgo energy, you getting your finances in order, or there's changes in your life that are happening. You are finding more stability. These changes are helping you find more stability. I want to pull a couple more for you, Leo. Okay. King of Pentacles in reverse, Justice, and the Three of Cups in reverse. With Justice, again, it feels like there's this balancing act that's going on from the Two of Pentacles here. I feel like there might be a falling out or a just feeling of disconnection from maybe an Earth sign or possibly a Libra. So we're talking Libra, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I'm actually getting more Virgo and Taurus energy here. I really just feel like with this energy being so focused on you for most of this month, Leo, there's this big emphasis on how you show up in your own life. And it feels like a lot of the ways you've felt disconnected, it's almost like you're realizing, oh, I've held myself back. Or I've been really kind of struggling with my own mental health. It's been really hard to feel connected with other people. Why aren't other people reaching out to me? I get the sense you're realizing how maybe you didn't show up in relationships the way you thought you were. There's just a lot of big lessons here. And honestly, with everything happening this month, and with Saturn kind of finishing up its run in Aquarius, Saturn is actually going to be entering into Pisces at the beginning of next year. It's almost like we're kind of having this explosion of all these things that have happened since 2020, and all of these themes that have come up since the beginning of the pandemic. And there's a lot of review. It's kind of tying up loose ends with all these lessons, all these cycles. And there are things that are shifting with the Two of Pentacles. I'm really getting a change of career for some of you, whether that's something that happens this month or is just something that you really are feeling. Or there could be just changes in your career itself. If you're not changing professions, maybe there's changes in your responsibilities, there's changes in your obligations. But it's actually helping you find more flow. It's helping you be more productive. And with the new moon on the 27th in the sign of Virgo, if finances have been really hard, I feel like that's going to be a very good time for you to manifest abundance, or to focus on feelings of stability and having a foundation and creating new foundations for yourself as well. I feel like there's one more message here. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. Two of Cups is kind of an interesting card. It signifies connections, unity, sometimes a new relationship or a deepening of an existing relationship. And what's so interesting about this card is that we have the lion head above these two cups, kind of invoking the strength or bravery or courage it takes to be vulnerable to another person. And with this card in the reverse, it really does feel like you're realizing how you've not been vulnerable or connecting with people. And another message that kind of comes in with this Three of Cups in reverse, or interesting how I pulled it upright this time, there's a huge difference between fitting in and belonging. And if you're trying to fit in, you're never going to belong. And that applies to your romantic relationships, that applies with your friendships, that applies with your family members, that applies to every relationship, and even work, potentially. If you're trying to fit in or fit into a role, you're realizing that's no longer something you can do because it wasn't genuine. And you're really stepping into your own heart this month, Leo, and you rule over the heart. And it's kind of interesting and surprising to me that these are the messages that are coming for you. But I am getting a lot of new beginnings, and it feels like there's a change of heart here. And it's for the better. It's very positive, and it's actually helping you get out of this hard energy. And it's almost like if you've been in a relationship for a while, for example, or maybe in a job or a situation, and you've been so afraid of letting it go or walking away from it, it's almost like the anticipation is worse than the actual ending itself. And when you finally let it go, it's like, oh, I thought this was going to be like this free fall, this big jump, and it was only like a 2-inch ledge that I kind of just stepped down from. You're more ready than you realize, even though things feel very sudden. And with this change of heart, you're finding real connection. And you're no longer trying to fit into a mold to meet other people's expectations. And that actually feels very beautiful to me. I know there's some turbulent energy this month, and even in this reading there was some turbulence, but ultimately, Leo, I actually feel very positive for your future. I feel like you're finally course correcting, and even though things are a little crazy at the start of this month, there's kind of this earthquake. In a strange way, things are sort of settling into place. Things are finally shifting to where they need to be. And so trust in that. Trust in this process. I know it's very hard when things feel unstable to trust. But with the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here, you're finding these new foundations. You're building something that is lasting. You're planting seeds for your legacy. And it feels very positive to me. Anyways, Leo, those are all the messages I have for you this month. I hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below how this resonates for you. What are these changes that are happening in your life? It feels very, very big, and there's a lot of things that are shifting. I do kind of want to redirect all of you as well to the horoscope I wrote for all 12 signs at the beginning of the year for 2022. I think there will be something there for you. I'll kind of link that in the description box down as well, and put that in the comments, because I think it'll sort of help you figure out how to work with this energy. But yeah, all of my links are in the description box down below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, Leo. Have a happy August.